Hi. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 fail-proof things that you ought to be sharing with new parents. Welcome. I'd like to welcome you first of all. Welcome to everybody who will be watching the replay of this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know that everybody's at nursery and so you're going to be watching this later on today. And this is day 5 of 31 days of highly effective childcare marketing. Now, if you are just joining me for the first time, then I would like to welcome you and officially introduce myself to you. I'm Pam Obasa, and I run a website called Childcare Service Providers, and you can find that at childcareserviceproviders.com. And over there I blog and I create videos about my journey as a childcare owner and manager, and the purpose of the site really is for every provider out there, managers out there, to be able to go somewhere and find information that they need. When I first started out as a manager, I didn't feel that there was enough information out there to support me, so I've created a community to support every manager out there. So please do check that out. But thank you for visiting my page today, and over the next 31 days, I am sharing with you all my best tips of how I manage to keep our settings full and with a waiting list. And I'm sharing these tips with you absolutely free. So this is day 5, and every day I share something new. So make sure you like this page so that it would come up on your news feed and you can have access to all of my free trainings. So I was thinking about what I would like to share with you today. And one problem that I see with marketing is this. One is the problem of time, and the other is the problem of what to include in your marketing material. Now, we're going to be talking about modern marketing, so using social media somewhere down the line. However, today I want to deal with the time factor and what to market, because so in the first few days I talked about how to do an audit of your settings so that you truly can find out where the gaps are in your settings so that you can target the marketing in those specific areas. So for example, finding out, is it babies you need, or is it toddlers you need, or is it preschool children that you need, and creating a marketing package, creating your marketing material so that it specifically targets parents of children of that age. That way your marketing is more effective. You are attracting your ideal customers. You are attracting your ideal age group, the right age of children that you need to fill your setting. Those are the ones that you are attracting, and that is what we have been talking about. So have a look at some of those videos. There have been 4 so far. This is day 5. So you're probably thinking, Pam, this is all well and good, but where is the time? Where is the time on top of coming into nursery, doing the risk assessment, monitoring staff teaching, going in and covering rooms, doing the dishes, changing nappies, doing staff supervisions, appraisals? There is so much involved in the role of a manager day to day. I know, I'm a manager, so I know that this is what we have to do every single day. So where do you find the time? Well, I guess the remedy to that is to create a marketing calendar. And when you do something little every single day, it mounts up and it compounds on your efforts, and you get a greater result than if you just threw £500 or £5,000 into a newspaper advertisement that will last a week. You could do that, or you could take small little steps that count and will bring you greater effort, and will make your marketing campaign more effective. And that is the approach that I take, and that is what I would recommend, because it has done me very good so far. So create a marketing calendar. So how do you create a marketing calendar? Well, use a Google Calendar, or buy an actual big calendar that you can put up on your wall and mark in what you will do every single day or every single week to boost your enrollments. You could also create reminders on your phone to remind you to do these things. It takes a few minutes, and you can have you can send information out there into the world, and it will come back to you, reaping the benefits of the effort that you have put in. So now that's solving the problem of time. That is to create a marketing calendar. But then what do you post? What do you share with people? What is it that parents want to know, need to know? What type of information needs to go out there? Well, I'm going to share those with you now. There are 5 types of information that I would like to encourage you to start sharing with with new parents. Even if you feel new parents aren't looking at your website or aren't looking at your social media pages, your Facebook page, for example, this will get them looking at them. So here are things you ought to share. One is trips. Have you got any trips coming up? Are you taking the children somewhere? Are you going to the farm soon? Even local trips, such as trips to the library, trips to the supermarket. You know, if you're going to be serving fruits and vegetables during snack time, do you take the children with you to buy the fruits? I'm sure you do. We do. You know, take photos of the fruits, of the children engaging with the fruits and vegetables at the supermarket, and share these in your social media outlets. Now, remember, if you are going to be sharing photographs that contain pictures of children's faces, remember to seek permission from their parents first. I'm sure you know that. However, there are actually ways that you can get across this information without actually showing children's faces. You take pictures from the back. You could just take pictures of their hands holding the fruit or vegetables. But the whole purpose of this is to show new parents the sort of activities and outings and trips that you do. So there are lots of places you could take children to. You could take them to the library, like I said, supermarkets, to the farm, to the zoo. You could take them just for walks. Parents like to know. I think for a parent, as well as where you take their children to, they just want to know that their children are having good indoor and outdoor activities. You know, the EYFS, teaches that anything that can be done indoors can be done outdoors. So do you have a local park near you? Do you have a garden in your setting, that you take children to regularly? Well, if you do that, document these through photography. Document these and share it on your Facebook page and share it in your social media outlets so that new parents can see what the children get up to. That is number one. The second thing that you ought to share are events. Do you have any events that you do throughout the year? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have fundraisers, bake sales. I'm sure, at times, when things such as Children in Need is happening, your nursery does events. You teach the children about what is going on around the world, and you create fantastic things that you can then sell on to the parents that are there. Well, if you are doing that, document that through photography. Take pictures of what the children are up to and share those so that parents see what the children are doing at nursery. Now, the third thing to share with parents are children's activities. Now, of course, absolutely every single day at nursery, your children are painting, they are drawing, they are doing cutting and sticking. They are making something out of nothing. Their imagination's going wild. I know they are because, my son at nursery, he's 2 years old, and, he's always making something out of something else at nursery and at home. Take pictures of the children doing dressing up. Take pictures of the children's painting. If you don't want to show, if you don't have permission to show the children's faces, just take a photo of their work and share this. Print these out, display these in your nursery, on your notice boards, and share them in groups where your potential parents reside. Share it in those areas, and you will see that slowly, in fact, quickly, you will gain traction for your setting. People will start to take notice, of the things that you are sharing, take notice of who you are, and they will start ringing your phone. Another thing you ought to share, that you can share on your marketing calendar, are inspirational quotes about children. Now, I absolutely love doing this because one, it takes very little effort on your part. You can just find the inspirational quotes that you need online. As long as you credit who has said them, then that is absolutely fine. But you can share this to inspire new parents. What does this do? Well, it poses you as the expert, which you are. You're the expert because you work with children, and you are doing something very important. You are inspiring parents. And just to inspire you, I have a quote that I have found that I want to share with you, that you could, something similar that you could share with parents. And this comes from a lady called Emily Buckwood, and it says, "Children are made readers in the laps of their parents." And that is, children are made readers in the laps of their parents. So imagine sharing that quote on your social media. Imagine sharing that quote through an email, through your newsletter to parents. That would pique their attention. Absolutely it would. And so that is something that you can add to your marketing calendar, sharing inspirational quotes about children. Now, the fifth and final thing that I want to share with you today of what you could share with new parents are how-to videos. Now, we take what we do at nursery for granted, but nursery is amazing. Nursery life is fantastic. Every time I go into nursery and I see what the children are up to, and I see my son and I see the wonderful things that he is learning and he's creating and he is building, and how his imagination is being stretched and his learning and development really surpasses his age. You know, it's just amazing. And I always, you know, think one step further is to create a how-to video. And I will give you an example. What could you create a how-to video about? Well, you make Play-Doh, don't you? Well, you could create a how-to video of how to make Play-Doh. So you could create a video of, you know, of pouring the flour in, pouring the oil, pouring the salt, stirring the whole thing, pouring the water, adding some color. And in 5 minutes, you could talk parents, your potential viewers who are going to be watching this how-to video, of how you create video, how you create Play-Doh with the children at nursery, and how they could do that themselves at home, teaching them the ingredients that they need to do that with. And again, you are positioning yourself as the expert. Now, what happens if a new parent, if a parent at home watches one of these videos, watches one of your how-to videos, and they happen to have a 2-year-old, or they happen to have a baby or a toddler, they happen to, you know, have a child who is at home and not yet at nursery, what do you think happens when they need to place their child in the nursery? Who do you think they will contact? They will, of course, contact you, because you are the one who they have built that relationship with very minimal effort on your part. They have now built that relationship with you, and they will come to you when they need a place. So these are the 5 things that you can add to your marketing calendar to boost your enrollments. And I'll just go through them again. And those are trips, information about trips that you are holding, information about the event that you are holding, inspirational quotes, children's activities, and last but not least, how-to videos. So go ahead and start creating content. Create a marketing calendar and just mark in your calendar what you will post every single day or every single week. And you'll find that it's actually a breeze. And what you will, in fact, note is that when parents do come into your setting to view, they will already be sold. Why? Because they already have built that relationship with you even before they have come in. So when you show them around your setting, that would just be the icing on your cake, and your job will be so much easier. And what in turn happens is when you register children this way, they tend to stay with you longer, because that relationship, that like, know and trust factor is already there. Thank you so much. If you want some more of this, I'm creating these videos every day for 31 days. Today's day 5. And however, I am putting a link to a PDF that you can have absolutely free, and it will be at the bottom or at the top, or both, of this post. So download the PDF and keep that and share that with your team. Share it with staff, share it with managers, and print it off. Put it up on your wall and use it every single day to build you and boost your enrollments. Well, I hope you will have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow.